What happens when you bring two of the world's best collectors together and challenge them to go head-to-head in a 10-round auction battle? Welcome to Clash of the Collectibles. Two experts compete on a road trip treasure hunt.
Carry on whinging.
Our combatants, Great Britain's international antique star, Eric Knowles.
I'm batting for Britain.
He's travelled to Australia to take on top dealer, author and retro lover, Alan Carter.
So it is a genuinely difficult competition. I want to beat him and he wants to beat me.
You're looking at me. You're looking at me.
It's all about outwitting,
$50. I'll give you 60.
outdealing,
Gotta watch this one.
Over $200, Alan. Are you serious?
and outselling in a massive auction showdown.
First, second, third and final I'll sell.
Whoever makes the most profit after 10 rounds of auctions will win the competition. Both our experts can buy anything they want, and we mean anything.
It's so you.
Because yesterday's perfect purchase could turn out to be auction day's big dud.
Paid 100 for those.
Ouch.
So fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
I want to kick you.
What a bad loser.
We've reached the 10th and final round of Clash of the Collectibles. Eric Knowles leads Alan Carter 5 wins to 4. This is Alan's last chance to square the series. And we're still in Toowoomba, country Queensland, at our most extraordinary buying location ever.
Have you ever been to a swap meet before?
No.
Now, this is somewhere where Eric will be completely and utterly out of his depth because he's never seen anything like it. Here in Toowoomba is one of the biggest swap meets in Australia. It's got probably, I don't know the exact number, but between 2,000 and 3,000 exhibitors will be here.
No.
I know, it's absolutely astonishing.
It's as if every garage in Australia has been lifted up and tipped into one huge cauldron of commerce.
Well, Toowoomba was like attending Glastonbury Folk Festival with heat and bits of car parts spread all over the place.
Oh, yeah, Eric, look at that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Wow.
Yeah. These beards and everything, why do they want... Why do it? God, everybody looks like a Ned Kelly lookalike. Look at them. Yo, 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 yo. God, why is it you Aussies do everything bigger? But there again, it's a bigger country, isn't it?
It's a big country.
Thing is, Alan, have we got big money to spend? Because I've got the envelopes.
Okay.
Okay, and this is a moment when we open them.
Oh.
And 450 Australian dollars.
Right.
Is that going to be enough?
It has to be enough, because that's the rules of the game. We have to go down and find stuff for $450.
Right.
People selling everything you can possibly imagine to do with cars and boats and rust in the dust and household belongings and bits and pieces. It is incredible.
This is a real slice of country Australia with characters to match.
The place is teeming with characters. You know, they could all have their own chat show, I'm sure. They've all got something to say.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of power braces in my time, but yours, I've got to say, you know, they take the biscuit. They really do.
You know, there's a reason why I wear them. I knew you were coming today and I had to get your measure, so I thought, well, I'll just wear them today for you. So I had your measure, you know.
Well, that's really kind of you, because as a rule, I'm not really free with offering my measure.
Well, there you go.
OK,
Welcome to Australia.
He loves people, and he loves strange things. I saw him talking to a guy who was selling an old Jeep.
Dozens of them laying out in properties.
Really?
And we used to use them for pig hunting.
Pig hunting?
Yeah.
Is that like boar hunting?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, same thing. And,
He's crossed the barrier from being royalty, as far as the antiques industry is concerned, to being a rust-in-the-dust dealer. And he's talking to this guy like they've been mates for years. He is so good at doing that.
So what age is that?
That's 1942.
Oh, right, so it's period.
Yeah, World War II.
I mean, the Jeep was just like, can I have one of those for Christmas, Dad?
Do you mind if I ever sit in that?
No.
I've always wanted to. I've always wanted
This
to.
American Army Jeep was new in 1942. Today it's a collector's item, and what better place to sell it?
Pressing down on the throttle and hearing it, you know, I mean, a wonderful noise. This was a monster.
Oh, love it. So I'll just turn that to there.
Let's turn that off.
Oh,
How about that?
amazing.
1942.
1942.
Never been touched, motor, never been touched.
Incredible. That is classic, top of the range engineering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the
And
engineering.
You know, the life expectation of a Jeep in the war was 30 days.
No.
30 days.
Right.
And it's still going today.
What's the asking price?
Well, I'll throw the hood in with it.
Yeah. Oh, the hood comes with it.
Yeah, the hood comes with
Oh,
it.
you're from the Alan Carter School of Negotiation. Right. Okay.
I don't go with it, though.
No.
No.
No. Okay.
7,000.
7,000.
I met that chap later, and he told me that he sold it. He sold it for something like $6,500. So I don't know. What would he go after next? He's probably looking for a tank or something like that, you know, to impress the neighbours with.
The only real difference between this and a UK event is the fact that most people drive 4x4s, and the fact that it's early in the morning and it's probably already about 30 degrees. The heat in Australia is unreal. But having said that, I think it's a better option than fighting the snow and sleet that we often do back in the UK. Now, Alan, we wouldn't want to admit in front of the great public out there that we are, to a certain degree, wilting a little bit under both pressure and heat, because it's like being in a desert, and we're looking in the distance and we can see a mirage of a fantastic antique collectibles place.
But it is a mirage.
But it is a mirage because, I mean, if we were into, you know, the combustion engine big time, this is the place to be, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And if we were looking for that tool that we've been searching for all our lives, this is the place to be, isn't it?
That's it.
But I'm not certain that we're in the right place at the right time.
I'm certainly in the right place at the right time, but not for what we're doing.
It's proving difficult buying for Eric and Alan.
It's an amazing meet, and I'm just thinking that I might try down here. I'll settle for anything at the moment that might be a lot older than me. How much is that?
$3.
$3.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to buy this. Do you know why? Because I've not bought anything yet. And once you buy one thing, you start yourself on a roll.
Yes.
So if I can pay you $3 for that,
Yes.
thank you very much. Hello, sir. How are you? All right.
And I'll wrap it up for you.
Well, that's very kind. Thank
Yes.
you very much indeed. Thank you.
Finally, Eric strikes gold.
It's actually Australian, possibly crown crystal from Melbourne. $3. Yes, please. Thank you very much. So that was the lift. You need to get your first buy under your belt, and it spurs you on.
Thank you for being my first purchase here in Toowoomba. Okay, lovely to meet you.
So I then hiked my way right to the end of that particular aisle, which was somewhere near Tasmania, because I can show you, this place is huge.
Have a look at this. The idea being you stick your apple on here, okay, and you give it a twirl, and if you see here, there's a blade, and it rotates, and it goes all the way around the apple. So I'm thinking of buying this, and it all depends on the price. And I've had a quick word with Joe. Joe, it's got 125 on it, so what can we do it for?
Oh, we'll do it for 100 for you.
Get your hand out.
Good on you, buddy.
Get your hand out. Excellent. Okay.
So I'm on a roll because from the next guy I see on the same table, what appeared to be a pair of strange-looking pliers, but they were in actual fact sugar nips, Georgian stroke early 19th century.
Here's a 20.
A snip at $25.
Here's a 5.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, there's a coffee maker here that was probably around before George Clooney was actually born, but I'm just intrigued by this. Can you enlighten me a little bit more? I mean, when was that made?
Oh, they were made in around 1940, 1950.
Wow, as early as that?
Yeah, and it's an atomic coffee maker, and you put your coffee in there, and it expresses down through the bottom, and then for your milk, you just cream your milk with the pressure inside.
And you can tell a person by whatever coffee they drink. What are you? What are you?
Long black.
Long black. You see, my granddad would not know what a long black was, and a cappuccino, he would have thought was probably a type of monkey from Madagascar, you know. So I'm just intrigued. And people collect these.
Oh, very much so.
But at $3.75, it's no deal.
Did I see my mate over here with you just now?
Yeah, he was, but he didn't buy anything.
He didn't buy anything?
Nah.
I'm a better buyer. Let's see if we can do a deal.
So Alan puts together a bundle deal for a set of scales, 4 American fishing reels and a coffee grinder for $180.
You're a sweet talker.
Thank you. But he wasn't a dealer. What he does, he goes on holiday to England and he hires a camper van. He drives around England and he buys anything that he sees that he thinks might be worth a little bit more money in Australia, puts it in the camper van and then sends it home in a box and then goes to the swap meet and sells all that stuff at the swap meet to pay for his holiday in England, which is very smart. Need a fireman's helmet. I'll do your swap. Take them out, yours for mine. Thank you very much.
So onwards and upwards. I've now got 3 lots under my belt. I needed one more, and a chap, he introduced himself to me. And then I noticed that he had, wait for this, a Chinese terracotta warrior from the army that's discovered in China 20, 30 years ago.
So if I wanted to buy that fine figure of a man, bearing in mind that he's made of what?
He's resin.
He's resin, but he's good and he's decorative. What is the very best price?
Realistically, best price, and you are twisting my arm?
Yeah.
60.
That is the very best, is it? Oh, there was a flicker in your face there.
There was a flicker in my face.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I faltered.
No, that's all right. If I pulled out 50, is there any chance that might buy it?
Could we go up to 55?
Oh, you're a player, aren't you? You're a player. 55.
So you have a deal.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Soon after I bought that at swap meet, I mean, everything else seemed to dry up, and we were obviously wasting time, and we were also in a situation where we had money to spend, and it had to be spent somewhere.
They've both only spent about $180 each of their $450 final round budget.
2 pieces of Art Deco, Art Deco glass.
Now, we've got a dilemma, because I've got to be back in Sydney to help with the actual setting up of the auction, and Alan, who is driving back, volunteered to call in at a friend of his and spend my money as well as his money. Now, the way it worked, it's quite egalitarian, is that we pool our money, Alan buys the objects, and then we flick a coin and we decide who's going to have the odd lots and who's going to have the even lots.
Alan is on a last-ditch treasure hunt, heading for Harwood Island on the Clarence River in northern New South Wales. Don't forget, he's buying for himself and Eric. These will be the last lots for the final auction.
Monica, what I want to do is go around, look for a few bits. I'll ask you the prices of a few bits, and then I'll see if I can beat you down.
Go for it.
Timeless Collectibles owner Monica Hart is, you guessed it, another old mate of Alan's.
All right.
It's a tiny, quirky shop, and Alan moves at top speed. This will be his biggest and quickest bundle buy ever.
I think these are really nice. I like them because they've got nothing written on them. They've usually got something written on them, and then it gets rubbed off, and it looks ugly. These have got nothing written on them. They're graduated sizes. I like those very much. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
But you just think, you're right beside the Clarence River. I bet he was fishing there. But this is quite a nice thing, look. Fresh butter. Nice clear glass. Good good design all the way around the rim there. Nice scallop rim. Then you got your boot polish stand.
That apparently went all over the United States. Someone was earning a quid.
Earning their living with that on the street.
Yeah.
That's a good story. So what sort of money's on that?
I'll do 150 on that one.
What?
What?
A really nice little retro cabinet. It can go into any small apartment, so you spread the amount of the people that can buy it. So, and it's good nick, it all works. The next thing are these two. There's a pair of these. They're not exactly the same, but they're almost identical. Just good retro mantel clocks. This is nice. And they work. Everything works. This one, it's an American carnival glass candlestick. You don't actually see the dual candlesticks like that very much. See that? I like that one. I like it because, for one thing, it's all rustic and it shows its age, and it's been knocked about like mad, but it's still adjustable and it still works. I think it's going to go flat. No, it's not.
Yay.
But it's got this ticket on the back, you know, on the top there, which says that it was bought for me by Mum and Dad when I got my first guitar in 1953. It was second-hand then, and I painted it. We've whizzed through quite quickly because we don't actually need to argue very much because Monica always prices everything right to the bone, particularly for me. So, but I like this little group too.
Alan buys the entire bundle for just over $500.
Take it away now. Deal done.
I'll throw that one in.
That's the one.
Just give me what you've got.
That's it. Is that done?
Done deal.
Done like
Nice
a dinner.
doing business with you, Mr. Carter.
Again.
Again. Always.
There you go. Now, I don't want to cast any aspersions on Eric. Would you see how long that took? If Eric was here, we'd still be here about 9 o'clock tonight, and it's only 6 o'clock in a minute, so it's in, buy, out, and gone. With Eric, it's in, look, talk, out, talk, and eventually out.
Eric and Alan are back in Sydney. It's the night before the final auction to decide the Clash of the Collectibles winner. They're splashing out on a fancy dinner to celebrate what's been a remarkable journey.
3 weeks, Alan. We're still talking to one another.
David France Shiraz for
thank you.
No problem. Enjoy.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Good health, Eric.
Well, you're very good health. And here's to tomorrow, eh?
We've been a lot of places, but if you had to say which was your favourite place to visit?
Oh, tough one.
I don't mean as an area. I mean, you know, I'll give you an instance. I think my favourite place was Talong, where we met Martin.
Really?
Well, yes, because it
Really?
was completely crazy. Getting lost in a state forest is not very easy. I don't know if my sat-nav was going to work.
Right. Houston, we have a problem.
I'm lost. And now Eric is not a good person to be lost with.
I think we've been on a 1 hour, 30-minute detour.
Well, I don't know. You made it look quite simple.
We didn't have a sense to turn back.
Well, I wanted to see a kangaroo, didn't I?
You want to see a kangaroo?
Yeah.
So you shouted out the window at kangaroos?
Exactly. A damn kangaroo's run in front, and I've missed it.
Again?
Again? Again? What is it? What is it, you kangaroos? What have I done wrong to you? And up until then, I still hadn't seen a kangaroo, but before the end of that day, I must have seen about 300 kangaroos. So that was a big moment for me. I know you see them on a daily basis, but I've got to say...
Well, not really. There's not many in Sydney.
No, but I'm surprised you said Martin. I mean, he's a lovely fella.
Let me ask you, have you ever seen an antique shop like that?
A simple answer would be no.
Have you ever seen an antique dealer like that?
No. I'm thinking, Martin, you are bonkers. You are truly bonkers.
I bought that off the side of the road last year.
Did you really?
Yeah, the museum was having a massive auction where a couple of cunning guys came along on Sunday morning with their own stuff and put it on the side of the road. And the syphilis one, of which there's another one here. This is probably the best one of all. Original David Jones, Sydney.
Oh, how about that?
You won't find another one of those.
It's a magic thing. And it started to fall apart. I said to him, how long you had that? He said, oh, it's only been up for about 2 years. He said, if I don't sell it in another couple of years, it'll fall to pieces.
It's not often, Alan, you come to the Australian bush and you see a rickshaw with an Irishman owning it.
All these different things he's just bought and stuck out in his field.
Okay, see that? This came out in 1820. That, and there's an armchair with it, but the wind has picked it up. It's gone.
Is cash okay, by the way?
Oh, see, yes, please.
But, I mean, you know, that for me was a place that, without being unkind, I was more happy to drive away from than drive to. If I had to pinpoint one place, I mean, I do like Hunters and Collectors.
Yeah.
I think they've got a great shop. Rod, it's so you. What?
Let's see what you look like with this.
No.
Oh, wonderful.
Now, some people might say there's a definite improvement. I tell you what.
You might want to get a nose extension.
What do you think I've had?
An excess chin.
That wasn't the extension I went for. We went further on. We went to Taree, didn't we?
No, we went down to Canberra.
Oh, we went to... Of course we did.
And I took you for your first experience at the tip.
The Green Shed.
Excuse me, Alan, hang on. I think you've took a wrong turn, mate, because this strikes me as a rather upmarket, but still a civic tip.
You know what it is, in reality?
Well, it says
it's an upmarket civic tip.
The Green Shed, with Tiny.
Tiny and Charlie.
So who wants who? Which one do you want?
I'll have the harder one. I'll have Apprentice 1.
The best, the short guy or the tall guy?
The tall guy.
All right, you want the Aussie guy?
Yes, the Aussie guy.
No
Yes, you can have the pom.
Yeah, easy.
I must admit, I think, where have you brought me?
Oh, how much do you want for a 50-cent piece?
$1.
So, your reproduction Leica.
Yep.
The dead Japanese sword.
Mm-hmm.
And the unsaleable cocktail sticks. $100.
Done.
Can I just say to chaps, you've just witnessed something that not many people have ever witnessed before. Alan Carter doing a deal on his knees.
How about Mooney?
Well, I mean, the idea of, you know, going onto that industrial estate, you know, I'm thinking there's a lot of danger here because the signs were saying danger all over it. And then I see, we turn the corner and there's a chap sat on a settee in front of an open van at the end of a road with 2 lockups.
Man on the move.
Oh, it's a mobile store, mobile shop.
I started my life buying out of lockups and the backs of trucks.
Yeah. As long as anything don't fall from the back of the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this guy knew the price of everything. I mean, he was, talk about switched on, he was encyclopedic. I mean, he was a walking Google.
What is that worth?
14,500. I sell it.
$14,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one expensive cream jug, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Or
is,
milk
it
jug.
Look at the dollar. Cash is king.
When it comes to places where we bought, the one that stays in my mind is the one that was called Treasures and Memories. Because I walk into this place, I think that I've walked into Grace Brothers. And David Mann.
Although it's a bit redundant these days in the world of emails, etc., when was the last time you wrote a letter with it?
I'm a bit of a writer.
Oh, are you? Oh, right, OK. I bet you use a fountain pen as well.
Yes, I do.
OK, all right. No, this is good stuff.
I mean, we've done a bit of business, and he starts playing Beethoven. It was Beethoven, in case you wanted to know.
I didn't know.
Beethoven, Für Elise, it's called. That.
I only know Elton John, I don't know Beethoven.
Well, he might be one of the most unusual.
He's a clever man.
But the most intimidating...
Ludo.
Whoa. I mean...
He's a scary bugger,
He was, wasn't he? I mean, big, burly, you know... I mean, tattooed up to the eyeballs.
I know.
You know, here we are in his emporium, you know, which say, no toilet, no discount.
Look, mate, I don't ask for discounts when I go to places, mate. I'm
You
one
just
of those...
take home the ring, you show them your rings, and you go, give us a discount. They go, all right.
And I had a big argument with him about discounts, but they don't give discounts.
No, I was there, Alan. I was there backing you up, you know, pushing you forward. Let me tell you, you don't scare me because the bigger you are, the faster I run, OK? You should know that.
All right. Got to wipe me brow here, mate.
Wipe your brow, yeah. No, wipe the tears away. And Ludo, look.
Oh, well.
Look. How much
lovely jubbly, mate. Lovely jubbly. Actually, yeah, give us some of that.
Yeah.
Actually,
We've had a pretty good day today.
We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you.
All right.
Alan, I mean, for you, the last 3 weeks might have been just, you know, another 3 weeks on the road, something you do. But for this pum, it was far more than that. It was a revelation.
But look at it.
Right, look as intelligent as you possibly can, OK?
Like you.
Like me. OK, all right, I'm standing here. What do we do now?
Everybody has to hold the big banana up like this, right? You're holding the big banana up like that.
Ha! Where do you go with something like that? I've seen a big banana, now seen a big prawn, and the only thing that can match it are the big mouths.
Ah, what was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on. But I've got to say, Alan, as much as I love Blackpool, as much as I love Bournemouth, this beach is going to take some beating. So where have you brought me today, Alan?
This is the Gold Coast, and behind us is Surfers Paradise, all those big buildings up there.
Good grief. You know, I won't mince words. It was a real once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'm always going to keep with me.
I've had a wonderful time with you.
All right, well, that's
absolutely wonderful time with you.
Hey, cheers, Alan.
Cheers.
You're...
And good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, and to mates.
Thank you. To mates. That's what Australia's all about, mates.
This is it, the final round of Clash of the Collectibles. Eric Knowles leads Alan Carter 5 wins to 4. So today it's do or die for Alan in the unforgiving auction rooms.
It's the big one, it's the finale, and this is really a make or break in every sense of the word.
We've started away at lot number 1001. 1001 is a set of 4 1950s American fishing reels. Very collectible.
Alan needs a strong start.
$80 now.
Are the fish going to bite?
I must take 100. I would have thought more. 110 and 120 now the bid. At $120 all done, no further, and sold for 120. Well caught.
That's right. A profit?
There's
a profit.
Eric's first lot, his $3 glass bowl.
$15 only I have here to start. $15 with the absentee bid, 15 and 20 now bid.
Amazingly, it racks up the best return on investment of the entire competition.
50, 50, shakes her head, 50.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Congratulations.
50.
Let's pay for that.
$3.
That'll bring us to lot number 105.
I thought it might see a profit.
Which is a late 19th century
Eric is hoping for another sweet result from his Victorian sugar nips and can't resist a final sales pitch.
Back in Georgian days and Victorian days, sugar, certainly in Europe, was sold in a solid cone, and basically they were called sugar loaves. And so, because it's a very, very dense and hard, you needed sugar nips to cut the sugar off the cone. You then put it in a mortar and pestle, and you ground it, and you got what we get in a bag. You get granulated sugar. I give you that as a mere token of information. Thank you very much. Carry on. Thank you. Let's start the bidding, please, at $400. Thank you very much indeed.
I'm in your hands, buyers. $100 to go. How about 90?
10. Just
got to start somewhere. 10 with the bowl bid now. $10 only starting bid. Come on, buyers. At $10. At $10.
You know, for something that's been around from what, 1790, maybe 1820, it's not a lot of money.
15.
Come on, go 20.
I don't believe it.
15. Come.
It's a tough crowd. It's like pulling teeth getting bids out of them today. At $30 only. The gentleman's getting a bargain, and he knows it. At $30 only. It's here to be sold. Be sure. Last chance. All done.
$5 profit. It just goes to show, doesn't it? There's something, you know, with a lot of history attached, but, you know, it's all about supply and demand. There are people out there who would much rather buy something retro, even if it's from the 70s and 80s.
I like that.
I like that.
Alan's 1950s coffee grinder is good for a quick profit.
All selling at $80, sold for $80.
Let's pay 20 for that. Right.
Eric is now trailing by $120. His vintage apple corer must deliver.
It's 500 started away.
What a trier.
Who's got 100 for it?
Right now, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because sometimes this auction is proving to be more of a lottery.
At 110, you can bid more than once.
For an apple.
At 120, didn't talk her into it. At 120, at 120, no pressure. And 120, congratulations.
$20 profit, Alan. $20 profit.
Eric and Alan have just one item each left to sell from the Toowoomba swap meet. They're neck and neck, both with $200 in sales.
1007 is the Chinese Terracotta Warrior replica. And who'd like to start me away on this one? A couple of hundred to go. Good decorated piece. 200, 150, $100 only then.
At one point there in the auction, there was a flat patch, and the auctioneer tried to sell something that he knew was going to bring $100, $150.
We'll start at 10. Just advice, Simon. I think 10's a good figure to start at. Forgive me, I'm a backseat auctioneer. I mean, I've seen these people go crazy at 10, hopefully. OK? So maybe the natural momentum will take it to a sensible price.
There we go, $10 at $10. At $10.
So you say, OK, let's start at 10, and all the hands go up, right? So then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you bring the auction alive.
At 25, 30 is bid now in stripes. At 35, 40, 45.
There's still some fight left in this entombed warrior.
But it doesn't look like resin. It's a really good copy. It really is a good copy. It's a bit of resin.
At 90 the bid now, all done.
You know that, I know that. But your dinner guests won't know.
Selling for 90 and...
Well done, thank you.
Goodness me.
Thank you, darlings.
Alan's German scales complete the first part of the final battle, but can they tip the auction in his favour?
Harwood to 40 for a start.
How could that possibly go for 40?
$40.
What's very difficult is when it starts low and you're looking there thinking, this thing's going to be worth $200. Why is that slow? It's $150.
$40 I'll sell to Sir and done.
And your heart's beating all the time because you're thinking, you know, this is a good bit. I've got reliance on this piece and it's not working.
Here's an idea. Let's have an auction. 50. Bid again, sir. 60. So we need a bit of warming up.
And then gradually it goes up bit by bit by bit.
At $70. 75. At 75.
The auction is working hard.
80 now bid.
It gets to where you want it to go. We're break even. I'm on break even now. Next one, I'm in profit.
At $90. 100 now. Last chance at $100 and sold at 100. Slow race, but we got there in the end.
Quid's in, aren't you? Well, dollars in.
But only just. Alan finishes the first half of the auction with $300 in sales. He's $10 ahead of Eric. So he can still square the series 5 all.
Ladies and gents, from here on now we have 10 further lots. We're going to change up the schedule a little bit in that all of these 10 lots are in a shared pool between Alan and Eric.
These are the 10 items Alan bought at Harwood Island.
Now comes the business of who gets what. And we decided that the only fair and equal way of dealing with this matter would be to toss a coin, and as the items had been listed in the catalogue, whoever won the toss would get the option of going for either the evens or the odd numbers.
And it's a 1920s Australian penny.
Oh, is it? Well, I'll go with a kangaroo then at that rate.
Tails it is.
Oh, it was a kangaroo, was it, eh?
You're up.
OK.
First or second?
With that, you get to decide whether you want the first or the second lot.
I'll go with the second lot, because I had those canisters in 1976 when I got married.
We're now halfway through the auction. Can Alan pull off the great escape and square the series?
I get this horrible feeling that it's all going to come down to the last 10 items, and Eric's going to win, on the stuff that I bought on his behalf that he didn't even see. Like a horrible feeling. I hope it doesn't. That'd be Murphy's Law, wouldn't it?
With that, we come to lot number 1008, which is the triangular-shaped graduated kitchen canisters, set of 3. Plenty of interest here. I'm going to start away at $40 absentee bid, at $40 bid.
See, you've got a bid there.
40. At 40, very retro look, at $40 only.
Very retro.
At 40, 45, $50, 55, $60 here.
The orange and brown canisters that Alan started with did give him a profit. $38 spend, $60 hammer price, so he gets off to a solid start.
Selling to the absentee bid at $60.
But Eric's retro display unit gets off to a slow start.
I'll take your 10 and I'll go 60. At 60, here with the absentee now bid now 60.
$10?
At 60.
Cheeky bid.
Suddenly, the bids start to build.
70 there, just beat you. You can be 80. Oh, 75 now. We'll stay in fives, keep everyone in. At 75, at 75, 80.
This is the sort of action Eric needs to win the auction and the series.
You're up for 184.
Time to sell.
110.
Sure. Last chance at $110.
Really?
No further.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
That's the first 2 items sold. Eric has a slim $40 lead and a total of $400 in sales.
The results are all over the place. You can't pick it at this stage. Anyone could win from this point on. Buyers, it's a homemade Australian shoe shine stand.
I really like this.
But the room is not so enthusiastic.
25 at $25. Seems a shame. It's here to be sold though at $25. No further. Well bought.
Not the spit and polish Alan needs.
Your lot number is a cane fishing creel from the Clarence River.
Creel's where you put your fish in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do we say, buyers? Started away. $50 to go. 50.
Should be 40.
Who goes fishing? No, they don't.
40, 30.
Start at 10.
How about that 10?
Yeah.
10?
It's a lucky number.
Can I bid 10? 10 is bid at $10.
This time it's Eric's lucky numbers that failed to deliver.
50. Is that all? Okay. Cheap. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
His lead drops back to just $30.
2-part pressed glass there.
Alan's
And
hoping his $40 butter dish will put him
They're
ahead.
normally about 80.
Are they?
80 to 100.
Okay.
Alan definitely needs a strong finish on his final
At
lots.
20 the bid now, we'll take it away all sure. All done. Sir's bid at 20 and well done. $20.
Okay.
That's not what Alan needs.
Now, what's next?
Very good.
Carnival glass. Oh, I see. It's very deco, isn't it?
Yeah.
Eric's counting on a good price to stay in front.
Well, I might as well start it away here with my absentee bid. A big bold bid of $5 here with a bid at $5.
Okay.
At $5. At $5. Good on you, sir. $10. At $10.
Oh,
at $10.
two.
Guess what? I'm out. At $10. The bid's
Come
with
on.
sir at $10. Anyone else joining in? 10,
Yeah, they're
15
all right, yeah.
now. At 15. Last chance. 15.
Sounds
Selling.
cheap to me,
and
Alan.
congratulations.
Is that cheap?
15.
What's cheap?
To buy number 7.
So this erodes Eric's lead to $25.
Which will bring us to lot number 1014,
Oh, another Crown Ducal. Is that the same? Oh, a bit smaller.
which is the Ducal vase at 25. At $25. Surely more. 25, 30 there, 5 if you like, sir. 35 is bid now, 35. At 35 and 40. At 40 the bid now. And 50 and 60, 70, 80 bid. At 80 the bid all done. Last chance at $80 in selling and sold for 80.
Okay. Well, that's more of a result, Alan.
Alan is back in the race.
Eric's in a bit of trouble now. He's really got to lift his game. Oh, have a look at this lot. Pair of Bakelite retro mantle clock radios. His and hers.
Will these classic radios give Eric a hit?
At 35. At 35. At 35. That's for the pair, buys, not each. 35. Be sure.
Wow.
At 35.
Is that all?
At 35. At
There you
45.
go. What do I know?
At 45.
Oh, I
All done and finished at 45.
Oh, you do. Okay.
$45.
Alan narrowly takes the lead with $485, just $10 ahead of Eric. Now it comes down to the final 2 items of the series.
1016 it is. It's a small child's iron music stand in distressed condition.
When you put that in a restaurant,
And
you know, just at the front of the restaurant, you put your main menu on it, it looks fantastic.
Good decorated piece.
It is a good decorated piece.
All
you're
jokes
right.
aside, at 30, 35, 40, thank you, ma'am. At 40 the bid. There's no further interest at $40. We're selling at 40, last chance, and Congratulations.
His final lot is sold, giving Alan a $50 lead. The result hangs on Eric's last
My
lot.
page buys to lot number 1017, which is an Art Deco heavily coloured and ribbed jug.
If bidding passes $50, Eric wins this auction and the series.
Have some bids here, rather low. Prefer to hear from you if I could. Start me away, say, let's start at low, $40 only.
Yeah, it's nice to have
that.
that.
More, 40 is the way we go now, bid now, $40 the bid. At 40, 40, 45 with the phone bidder now, 45. Don't forget, 50 is what we need to get Eric over the line. Who's got the 50? 50 I have now. 60, there it is, at 60. That's the magic number, Eric, you've made it. 70 bid. We're going in tens from here at 70. At 70, 80. 80 now bid. At 80. 90. $90 only. 100, thank you, ma'am.
$100. Gosh.
All done. $100 sold. Well, congratulations, Eric. You've just won the final auction, and that hands you the series. With a total of 6 auctions to 4, you are the winner of the Clash of the Collectibles.
Well done. Thank you. Good egg. Good egg. Serious competition.
At the end of the auction 10, I was just glad to be there standing as much as anything else.
With that, I hand you this silver Clash of the Collectibles trophy.
Thank you so much. I feel like an English cricket captain.
Raise it high above
Wonderful.
your head.
Thank you very much indeed.
I don't have to say, but I will say, that the last 3 weeks have been an incredible experience.
We will have probably travelled somewhere between 3,500 to 4,500 kilometres. That's a long run.
I've been in places that a lot of Australians have never been in, some of which you might not want to go into when you do.
We've had an adventure on the road, and we have loved every single minute of it. We don't argue, Eric and I, it's just good friends.
The big education has been Alan, because Alan is there, and Alan is a font of information, and he loves this country.
It's been just the most amazing experience. It has been an incredible experience.